Throughout history, thousands of firearms have been designed, produced, and sent off to war. Most served their purpose for a few years, maybe a decade, before fading into museum displays and history books. But a handful did something different. They didn't just win battles. They changed how wars were fought, how armies trained, and how every firearm that came after them was designed. Today, we're counting down 10 firearms that reshaped modern warfare forever, not because they were popular, but because they permanently altered the battlefield. If you enjoy premium firearm documentaries like this, subscribe to the Ballistics Bureau, because every week we dig into the history, engineering, and stories behind the world's most iconic firearms. Let's start at number 10 with the M1 Garand, adopted by the United States in 1936. Before the Garand, most infantry rifles were bolt action, meaning a soldier fired one round, cycled the bolt, and fired again. The Garand gave American infantry a semi-automatic rifle capable of firing as fast as the trigger could be pulled, a real tactical edge over adversaries still using slower bolt guns. It proved itself across the Pacific and Europe in World War II and again in Korea. Chambered in .30-06, it delivered real stopping power at practical range. General George Patton reportedly called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. Its weakness? The in-block clip famously produced a distinctive metallic ping when empty, sometimes alerting nearby enemies. Even so, the Garand's influence on semi-automatic rifles still echoes through nearly every modern service rifle. At number 9, the MP5, developed by Heckler & Koch in West Germany during the 1960s. Submachine guns before it tended to be crude, stamped metal weapons built for cheap mass production. The MP5 used a roller-delayed blowback system borrowed from the G3 rifle to deliver remarkably controllable, accurate fire, even on full auto. It proved itself in high-profile counter-terrorism operations, most famously the 1980 Iranian embassy siege in London, broadcast live on television and turning the MP5 into a symbol of elite tactical units worldwide. Its pistol caliber design made it ideal for hostage rescue, where over-penetration through walls could be deadly. Its limitation is range, since 9mm simply can't compete with rifle calibers at distance. Its influence lives on in nearly every modern submachine gun and PDW built around controllability over raw power. Number 8 is a handgun that changed how pistols are manufactured entirely. The Glock 17, introduced by Austria's Gaston Glock in 1982, replaced traditional steel and wood construction with a polymer frame, something the industry initially mocked as a gimmick. That frame cut weight dramatically while Glock's simplified internals slashed the parts count compared to competing pistols. Law enforcement worldwide adopted it for its reliability and low maintenance. Here's a fact most people don't know. Early skepticism was so intense that some outlets falsely claimed it could pass through metal detectors undetected, a myth that persists today despite being completely false. Its lack of an external manual safety remains controversial among some shooters. Regardless, the Glock's polymer revolution reshaped how nearly every manufacturer builds handguns now. Number 7 is something entirely different in scale, the Barrett M82, introduced in 1982 by American designer Ronnie Barrett. Before this rifle, .50 caliber anti-materiel capability at the individual soldier level simply wasn't practical. The M82's recoil-operated system made that powerful cartridge manageable for one person to fire repeatedly, letting a single operator disable vehicles and equipment from extreme range. It proved its value during the Gulf War, where detonating unexploded ordnance from a safe distance became just as valuable as its anti-materiel role. Effective past a mile, it redefined what a shoulder-fired weapon could do. Surprisingly, this same rifle also became one of the most sought-after platforms in civilian long-range precision shooting. Its size and weight make it impractical for typical infantry movement, but it created an entirely new category of anti-materiel rifles copied worldwide. At number 6, the FN FAL, emerging from Belgium in the early 1950s and earning the nickname the right arm of the free world. It solved NATO's need for a standardized battle rifle balancing select fire capability with a powerful full-size cartridge. Adopted across 4 continents, it saw action from the Suez Crisis to the Falklands, sometimes on both sides of the same battlefield. Its 7.62 NATO chambering delivered serious range and stopping power. Fascinatingly, so many nations built their own versions that the FAL exists in dozens of distinct national variants. Its weight and recoil made sustained automatic fire difficult to control, but it still shapes the ongoing debate between full power and intermediate cartridges today. Number 5 shifts to the Soviet PKM, introduced in 1969. Militaries had struggled for decades to build a squad machine gun that was both powerful and genuinely portable. The PKM solved that, delivering sustained, reliable automatic firelight, enough for one soldier to carry across varied terrain. It proved itself from Vietnam to numerous African and Middle Eastern wars, thanks to Soviet bloc distribution reaching nearly every corner of the globe. Firing 7.62 by 54R, it offered real reach beyond typical rifle calibers. Remarkably, variants remain in active production more than 50 years later, a rare feat for any platform. Its weight compares unfavorably to modern squad weapons using intermediate cartridges, but its battlefield reliability cemented its reputation. Number 4 takes us to Nazi Germany in 1942, and one of the most feared sounds of the Second World War, the MG-42. Its terrifying cyclic rate, roughly 1,200 rounds per minute, produced a sound Allied soldiers described less as gunshots and more as tearing fabric. That rate of fire shifted German infantry tactics, placing the machine gun rather than the rifleman at the center of squad firepower, a concept militaries still use today. It saw extensive action on the Eastern Front and across Western Europe, its quick-change barrel letting crews sustain fire far longer than most machine guns of that era. Remarkably, its core design directly influenced the post-war MG3, still in service today, meaning this weapon's lineage is technically still active. Its extreme rate of fire demanded heavy ammunition consumption, but it permanently changed how militaries distribute squad-level firepower. At number 3, a platform needing almost no introduction, the M16 and its civilian AR-15 counterpart developed in the United States in the early 1960s. Before this rifle, militaries favored heavier, full-power cartridges. The M16 chambered the smaller 5.56 round, letting soldiers carry far more ammunition while maintaining accuracy at combat ranges. It proved itself, sometimes painfully, in Vietnam, where early reliability issues sparked controversy before improved manufacturing resolved most concerns. Despite that rocky start, its modularity and adaptability to different roles and calibers eventually made it the most widely adapted rifle architecture on Earth, spawning today's massive civilian AR-15 market. Its lighter cartridge sacrifices some long-range performance, but its influence on modern rifle design is arguably unmatched. Number 2 brings us to a rifle synonymous with global conflict itself, the AK-47, developed in the Soviet Union in 1947 by Mikhail Kalashnikov. It prioritized absolute reliability and simple manufacture over precision machining. Its loose tolerances let it function even caked in mud or sand, making it enormously appealing to forces without access to sophisticated maintenance. It's been used in more conflicts across more continents than perhaps any other firearm in history, from Vietnam to countless African and Middle Eastern wars continuing today. Estimates suggest well over 75 million AK pattern rifles have been produced, possibly making it the most produced firearm platform ever built. Its accuracy trails more precisely machined Western rifles, but its reliability under any condition made it the defining symbol of irregular warfare for 70 years. And at number 1, a weapon still doing exactly its job nearly a century after introduction. The Browning M2 heavy machine gun, designed by John Browning and adopted by the United States in 1933. Militaries needed a weapon capable of engaging aircraft, light vehicles, and fortified positions all at once, and the M2 delivered that versatility in one platform. It's been mounted on tanks, aircraft, ships, and vehicles across every major American conflict since World War II, an almost unbroken service record spanning nearly 100 years. Chambered in the powerful .50 BMG, it delivers devastating range and stopping power few weapons on this list can match. Remarkably, it remains in active frontline service today, one of the only firearms from the 1930s still deployed by modern militaries. Its weight keeps it firmly vehicle-mounted rather than infantry-carried, but its combination of power, Reliability and adaptability across nearly a century earns it the top spot. 10 firearms spanning nearly a century of conflict, each solving a different problem the battlefield presented at a different moment in history. Some brought new levels of firepower, others reshaped an entire manufacturing industry. Some simply proved so reliable that militaries never found a reason to replace them. None of these firearms is objectively the greatest ever built. Each changed military history in its own way, and traces of their influence remain visible across modern battlefields, police departments, and civilian ranges today. Technology will keep evolving, new platforms will keep emerging, but the engineering lessons from these 10 firearms will likely echo through firearm design for decades to come. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to the Ballistics Bureau for more in-depth stories on the firearms, engineering, and history that shaped the modern world. The next revolutionary firearm is already being designed somewhere right now, and history will decide in time whether it earns a place on a list like this one.